Heads up, anime onlys, this is manga spoilers, so you have been warned. Okay, I got 4 small One Piece theories. Nothing big, just some small things I wanted to put out into the world. It's always hard making a One Piece theory because I don't watch every single creator, and I can't keep up with everyone's theories. So I'm just gonna say this now, there's a high possibility somebody already made these theories before, but I haven't seen them or heard them, so forgive me if you've heard it already. I'm not trying to steal someone's theory, it's just hard to come up with something nobody else has thought of, especially for One Piece. So, theory 1. Could Bon Clay copy one of the Gorosei and take control of the Seraphim? If Weevil's going to Impel Down, and we get the Impel Down 2.0 arc, or whatever, with more people escaping, and we know that Bon Clay is still alive, the only thing I don't know is that I don't know how the Seraphim authority system really works. There's a chance that the Seraphim could somehow know that it's Bon Clay and it isn't really a Gorosei or something. But I think it'd be an interesting way to get the Seraphim on our side, since they will probably be against the Straw Hats in the future. And this would be a good way to justify Bon Clay living through the story. But another hard part is I don't know how we would get Bon Clay to touch a Gorosei in the first place, and I don't really have an answer for that. But it's not really out of the realm of possibility that he touches them somehow. And I would also say maybe Katarina Devon could also do this and take control of the Seraphim, so I guess they're pretty much equal on this for me, but we don't really know how her fruit works yet. So yeah. Theory 2. Gods and planets. This one isn't really a theory, it's more of a thing that I noticed that it hasn't really been called out for how interesting it is. I'm sure everyone knows about the correlation between the gods and planets in One Piece, but I haven't really seen people talk about how Oda constantly combines the two concepts. Usually people would choose one, gods or planets, to make an analogy, but Oda does both. At first, in Sabaody, we get introduced to the first celestial dragon that we see in the story, and they are the gods of the world. Everyone has to obey them, but the one fact that we all, or at least I, was blown away by when people first pointed it out, is that they basically wear an astronaut suit, which I would say relates to the planets, and the fact that celestial could mean relating to heaven or a celestial body, a planet, is a really cool thing to do, to combine the gods and planets. This is further explored throughout the story, even with the most recent chapter as of making this video, one of the Gorosei being named Saturn. It seems like everyone has already made the correlations to the names, saying Kronos is probably Emu or something. But again, Oda has combined the planets and gods together, since we get Vegapunk's bodies, which are basically stars that orbit the main body, Vegapunk. And now Oda might be doing the same thing for the Gorosei with the name reveal. Saturn and all the Gorosei will most likely have the names of planets, and then all of the orbit around Emu, just like Vegapunk. No matter which route you choose, either going the planet side or the god side, both sides could work very well, and I thought that was a really interesting thing Oda has been doing. Now I will say this isn't too hard to do, since the gods are named after the planets, or vice versa, but I'm still impressed by it. Theory 3. Zoro versus Sanji. This isn't much of a theory, just something that would be cool to see. It's been a gag throughout the story, but it'd be cool to see this match. If anything, it'd be an after credit scene after they find the One Piece. We see Zoro and Sanji finally standing off against each other. Sadly, it would just be a little tease of it. They would just show them charging at each other and cut to black or something. But I would like to see a legit fight from them, but I don't know how that would happen in the story without it just being a random fight. I don't want it to be a brainwashing or something because I want them to be themselves when they do it. The closest we got was in Wano when Sanji tells Zoro to kill him if he isn't himself when he gets the Germa buff. So I don't know if this is a hint from Oda that at some point Sanji might lose his mind to Germa or something and Zoro will have to stop him. I would just like to see it one day, please Oda. Theory 4, the last theory, and my favorite one. Luffy's punch around the world. This is more of a thing that I think would be really cool to see at some point in the story, preferably at the end, as Luffy's final attack against whoever the final bad guy is. I can see it now. As Luffy's final attack, he charges his fist back so far that we see it going back through all the islands we visited throughout the story, and all the people we've seen throughout the story. See his fist go by. And this could be symbolism that the world is free now or something. I think this is super possible since Gear 5 seems to be goofy enough to allow Luffy to do this. I remember Oda being asked a long time ago, how far can Luffy stretch? And he said 72 Gomu Gomus, or something like that. It's a funny answer, but since Gomu Gomus aren't a real measurement, he could be hiding the real answer because Luffy can stretch as far as he wants. And that's the 4 theories. I didn't want the video to be long, I just did the surface level of the theories. Out of all of them, the Around the World Punch is one that I think would be really cool and has a pretty good chance to happen. But yeah, that's it.